Hi, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a reading vlog of me reading Evelyn Hugo. You've already seen me read the first 90 pages or so, which I read at school and while babysitting. There's cars, sorry. It's really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. I'll talk more about it when I'm at home and not walking. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy this video. That's my little intro, and I will see you when I get home. I'm on page 115. Thoughts so far. She chose Monique Grant to tell her story. Didn't know why. Still don't know why. Very curious. My first thought was maybe she fell in love with her dad or something, but I really don't want her parent to have not been in love. Sorry, I was interrupted and called for dinner. It's interesting because she's good at using people to get what she wants and get on top. I don't hate her for it. It does set me off a little, and that's I think just the power of a protagonist. It takes so much to make you hate a protagonist. It has to be they have to be horrible, and she's decent. I can respect her. That time period is hard for a woman, especially a woman of color, to get on top and follow their dreams and become important, and she's doing that in the only way she knows how, and I admire it, and it's really cool. We got through her first husband, poor Ernie Diaz, in a chapter, and she's been with Don Adler for 10 chapters. It's been quite a while with him, but this is an abusive relationship. I assume something's gonna happen. There's gonna be a tabloid, or he's gonna die or something to get her out of this marriage, because at this point it's just not looking like she's gonna get out of it. But it's really interesting, and I'm really into it. I'm on chapter 18, which means I have 71 chapters left, and it's just really good, and I'm really enjoying it. I love the old Hollywood feel, and I want to make a dress that looks like hers on the front cover. Oh my goodness, Celia is a lesbian. I think Evelyn's bi, and they're totally gonna end up together. Well, they're not. They're not gonna end up together, but they will have an affair. I think I heard that somewhere, that she got with a girl instead of a man like the title makes you assume. It's confirmed. We're going somewhere with Celia. I also don't like the name Celia. Sorry if you have the name Celia. Here we are, walking to school. So I didn't really update you last night, so I'm just updating you now. Oh, good lord. I finished reading at I think it was before dinner. And then I didn't really read for the rest of the night because then we watched Survivor, and then I just watched Tangled the series, which is the show I'm watching right now. But the book is really enjoyable so far, and I'm probably gonna read a bit more in class. I can't really talk about it in class to you, but I'll show you that I'm reading in class if I do. Yeah, I'm 122 pages in, I think. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. She's with Don Adler for a really long time. The second he started hitting her, I was like, oh no, Evelyn Hugo will not stand for that. But nope, she's standing for it. Well, I mean, she's not, but she is. She hasn't told anyone. So I'm just waiting for something to happen to him to get her out of this relationship. And yeah, I'm gonna walk to school, and I'll see you later. I'm currently babysitting again. Don't worry, not neglecting the kids. One of them's out with a friend, the other's having her tech time. So I'm reading. I'm on her third husband now, Mick Riva. I did see her being bi coming, not that surprising, but I'm really happy with it at this point. And also Monique being like, hey dude, I'm not losing my job over you. Yes girl, liking Monique, I want more of her. I'm really enjoying the way this is being told, and it's really good. I'll update you more later. Okay, so I just got home from babysitting. She is now on her fifth husband, Henry. That's his name, right? Harry? Harry. I'm over halfway through and I forgot what her best friend's name was. I think he's probably gonna be my favorite husband because she genuinely loves him. Not in that way, but she genuinely loves him. My least favorite husband so far, probably Dawn, because he hit her. And I'm not so much loving the Monique scenes because I don't care about that. I just want to be in the story, and that just feels like it's taking me out of the story when I don't want to be taken out of the story. But it's fine. I'm genuinely curious why Evelyn chose her. Yeah, I'm also really liking the newspaper clippings and how those pull the story along without using a page of text to do so. And now I'm gonna keep reading because I'm really interested and I want to get some reading done before dinner. Ooh. Oh, I love them. I love this group of four. This is a power team. Everyone gets what they want, but everyone's happy. Evelyn is also a great name. They're saying that they're not going to go down and riot with the other gay people or people fighting for gay rights because it'll pull the story away from the homosexuals and whether or not they are homosexual. And I love that. I love that they're not going down there because they know as much as we want to be helping this cause and fighting along with our people, it wouldn't help anyone. It would just make matters worse. And I appreciate that they're self-aware. Are you telling me Celia's won 2 Oscars and Evelyn hasn't won 1? How do you become like a huge person in Hollywood and like go down in Hollywood history, cinematic history, as bigger than the woman who won 2 Oscars so far, if you don't even win 1 Oscar? Like, don't get me wrong, she's doing great with her career and stuff, but in the grand scheme of things, Celia might be doing better. Still don't like the name Celia. Celia and Evelyn, Evelyn and Celia. The names don't go together. The couple will never work. Celia and Evelyn, don't know if I actually like them. I said it. Okay? They're having an argument here, and it's just proving to me I don't know if I actually like them. Okay. Listen to this line. That was how it was with Celia. When you denied her what she wanted, when you hurt her, she made you hurt too. That does not sound like a setup for a good, healthy relationship here. Also the fact that they're hiding the relationship. Celia not wanting to accept that she's bi and only seeing her as lesbian when she's with her and straight as when she's not with her, like, that's not okay. I just don't think they're good for each other. Don't like them. Sorry. They're good sometimes. I think they're better as friends. I prefer them as friends. It might prove me wrong, but at this point, they're better as friends. Oh, we're back to Monique. She says, there was no point in fighting with Celia once she got mean. If things got tense, I tended to back off before they came to a head. I would tell her I loved her and I couldn't live without her, and then I'd take my top off, and that usually ended the conversation. That's not healthy. You need to work out your freaking problems, people, and not just ignore them. This isn't healthy. Mind you, this girl has never been in a real relationship, but I've read enough books to know this ain't healthy. So, 36? I thought she was still young. 36 is young. I just went and had dinner, but they had a baby! They had Connor! Oh, I'm so happy for them. It's interesting because the grounds on which they had the baby are very interesting. Like, they're both in love with other people, but they had to. They both wanted babies, children, whatever. And I like that they named her Connor. I've always known it to be a boy's name. Never thought of it as a girl's name. But I like that her name is Connor. And I know that Connor's gonna die in, like, 40 years. I don't remember if it said that she was 41 or if Connor was 41. I think it said that Connor was 41. Either way, Connor is dead when we're telling this story, so she will die. I love how many types of love this book is talking about. We have friendship love and co-parenting love. Their love for Connor, her love for Celia, love that was for Dawn, the fact that she's bi, Celia's lesbian. Like, it's just, I'm loving it. Celia's back now, and I'm sensing a rift in our relationships here. Ooh. I feel like her marriage with Dawn seems to be the one that is, like, she compares to the most. Yeah, the one she compares all her romances to, or kind of set the grounds for any of her marriages. And I feel like it's being referenced a lot, which makes sense. It was her first Hollywood romance. No, don't ruin my happy family. Don't do it, Evelyn. Don't do it. Yes, I'm yelling at my book. Evelyn Hugo. You do not do a sex scene in a movie without telling your significant other, especially with your ex-husband and a director who your significant other does not like. You just don't do these things. You just don't do these things. You're gonna ruin everything. You're gonna ruin my perfect little functional family vibe. You're already ruining it by working long hours and spending so much time away from sweet little Connor and your kind of dysfunctional relationship with Celia and Harry. Her and Celia have officially broken up. They called it quits. It's great. It's great. But she just told Monique, I'm not a good person, Monique. Make sure in the book that's clear, that I'm not claiming to be good, that I did a lot of things that hurt a lot of people, and I would do them over again if I had to. I don't know, I say. You don't seem so bad, Evelyn. You of all people are going to change your mind about that, she says, very soon. And all I can think is, what the F did she do? What the F did she do? I assume it has something to do with Monique. And the reason she wanted Monique to do this book is because she wanted to get it off her chest to Monique in person. What the heck did this girl do? I was wrong. And she won her Oscar. Sorry. She won her Oscar, and Harry won his Oscar, and Max won an Oscar, and I think she's gonna marry Max. He's gonna be her, 6th husband? Who's her last husband gonna be? Is Harry her 5th or her 6th? I'm entirely lost count. Disappointing Max last name
Gerard?
How might he disappoint her?
I'm scared.
Okay. She decided not to bring the letters with her when she goes to visit Celia, and I was about to film and say I think that Max is gonna find them while she's gone, but she just ran in saying that she forgot something. So I think was gonna grab them, but then Connor said that Max woke up, so maybe she's gonna grab them. He's gonna be like, "What's that?" And she's gonna show him. He found them. Totally, he found them. Here's the thing. I said I don't really like her and Celia for some reasons I've already proved, and there was just some issues. But I feel like they're about to get past those issues, and I'm a sucker for love, so I think I'm about to start shipping them. Agreeable Robert Jameson, the final husband. We're almost done. I have 10 chapters left. Okay, here we go. I like Celia and Evelyn again. And she said that Evelyn was bi. She accepted that part of her. And I'm so proud of Celia. But she's gonna die. And honestly, Evelyn keeps talking about this really bad thing she did. And honestly, I kind of feel like she murdered Celia. Because she's like,
"No, I won't have you let them take you away from me. I'll just take you away."
don't really know how that works, but that's what I feel like is gonna happen. I'm so happy. Why do I want to cry? I'm happy. I love love. I love it. I love him so much. I need a pillow for this. I love love, and she's gonna die. It's so good. Okay. Whew. I knew she was gonna die. I just didn't want her to die. No. She lived longer than they thought. They thought she was gonna die before 60, and she made it to 61. God. It's not so much that Connor died. It's just so much that now Evelyn is, like, alone. Like, truly alone. Like, she lost her best friend, the love of her life, and her daughter, who, all three of which were basically the loves of her life. She lost everyone. Okay, 6 chapters left. I can finish this book. It's gonna be brilliant. This is gonna be a 5-star read unless something tragic happens to make it not so. Okay, here we go. The line I highlighted in particular is, "Say to them, Evelyn Hugo just wants to go home. It's time for her to go to her daughter and her lover and her best friend and her mother. Tell them Evelyn Hugo says goodbye." What? Okay, we just found out that his dad was in love with Harry. I've gotta be honest, I didn't see that coming. I thought he was gonna be in love with Evelyn. But it makes sense, and it's perfect for the story. Because this whole story has been about Evelyn hiding her feelings for Celia to put up this facade of being a straight woman. And Harry had to do the same thing. On brand that he would do that. And then showing that representation of feeling like you have to put up a facade or not knowing, I don't know, that you are gay or bi or whatever because no one told you that it was okay to be that way. This book is brilliant, people. Oh, that was so good. Okay, full review in a moment. Okay, let's talk about this masterpiece of a book, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It is definitely getting 5 stars on my Goodreads. I have no words. It's incredible. Like, okay, the writing style is great. I want to read more of Taylor Jenkins Reid, like, now, please. Evelyn Hugo. Like, let's just discuss Evelyn Hugo as a character for a moment, shall we? She is such a dynamic character, and they discuss this in the book. You hate her, but you can't help loving her. She seems to have no morals, and she's a hypocrite, and she just doesn't care who she hurts, but at the same time, she's willing to go to any length for her family, and you admire the fact that she is willing to do whatever it takes to get to the top and to get where she wants to be and to fulfill her dream and to prove herself. When I was reading about the old her, like from the 50s, she seemed like the exact same person as her in the present telling the story to Monique. And I feel like sometimes, like Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, that book had that problem. We were following a character in two different time periods, and it didn't seem like the same character. It seemed like 2 different plots. This one did not have that issue. It felt like one whole story. I did not appreciate Monique's sections as much. They were good. They did help move the story along. But I think the problem was just I really wanted to get to Evelyn and know what was going to happen next in her story, so I didn't really care about Monique enough. I appreciated that she had 7 husbands and the whole time she was in love with a woman. And that they got married. That was so cute. Did you see me like crying? You did, because I put it in the video. The fact that all of her marriages were for some sort of gain. 2 of them, she thought she loved them, or she did love them, but they just turned out not to be right. And then the one she did love, but it was her best friend, she knew that that wasn't why she was marrying him. And then all the other ones were just for gain in her career. She literally just demolished the industry she was in. She cared what other people thought, but at the same time she did not. It would be so great if she was a real person. She isn't. But it also kind of opened my eyes to Hollywood. Like, I think I read another book like this about Hollywood, and it made me question. I was like, how many of my favorite celebrity couples are just did it for the press? Books about celebrities often talk about how they dated someone while they were working on the movie for publicity purposes. Then like a few weeks after the premiere, they broke up. Because people are like, oh, I want to see these lovebirds in a movie. Oh, I want to see these people that broke up in a movie playing lovebirds. And at the beginning, it was actually very clever up until it started, like, they actually started talking about Evelyn Hugo's past and starting in the 50s. There were a lot of hints at what was to come that enticed me to keep reading. What are they talking about? Who's Harry Cameron? Why is she at her grave? Did her daughter really die? That's so heartbreaking. His, like, affairs, husbands, what are you talking about? Like, just so much that makes you want to keep reading. And it was really well done, and I felt like that was such a great thing to put there right after the first chapter, when it's like you're getting pulled into it. If it doesn't pull me in the first 50 pages, I don't want it. And this one pulled me in the first 10. I finished this in 2 days, but it was really good because it was also good because I felt like it did talk about her having sex and stuff like that, but it wasn't graphic like in It Ends With Us or Ugly Love. It was just much more implied. And I really appreciated that because sometimes it kind of takes me away from the story. I'm like, I don't need to be reading this. But I didn't have to deal with that with this one. I wasn't like, okay. And I appreciated that. And yet I also continued to purchase more Colleen Hoover books. 5 stars. Loved it. Will be ranting about this in future videos. Taylor Jenkins Reid is a wonderful author, and I really need to read more of her work. Daisy Jones and the Six and Malibu Rising are both on my TBR, and now they've just bumped up way higher on my to be bought. And I got paid today, so I can buy them. I can back up buying 2 more books. Anyway, for more book related content and just lifestyle stuff, follow me here and on my other socials, which are always linked down below. Comment any other books you want to see me react to like this, like a reading vlog, because I did it with It Ends It With Us, and that's my most watched video, so apparently you guys really like this. This book, insane, absolutely loved it. And yeah, so I'll see you next week, and I'll see you then. Bye!